This is Manly with verticallessons.com. So I want to share a moment that I share in every one of my keynotes in front of sometimes, often hundreds of people, so thousands of people a year. I have struggled with anxiety and depression, especially during the pandemic. It was almost completely crippling, and I was absolutely on the mat if it wasn't for my family and my close friends and people I brought into my life, like a therapist, to help me through it. I don't know. I'd like to think I would have gotten through it, but I could not have done it without reaching out for help. So my number one point here is not for empathy or sympathy at all, but I want you to know if I can get in front of thousands of people a year and be that vulnerable and that uncomfortable to share that, to make the point that, first of all, hey, he's a motivational speaker. How could that happen? I'm human too. That's the other reality, right? So, and here's something else I want to just completely crush this right now. If you think, well, it's not, if tough guy or tough girl, whatever. That's why our most elite soldiers and frontline people in the military, they struggle as well with it. They're tough. It's not because they're not tough or they're not brave, but when they're courageous enough to raise their hand, they get the help they need and get back on their feet. So if it can happen to the bravest of all of us, it can happen to any of us because we are human. So just a reminder. And so the first point I want to make, and is a related question, is that do you need a little help? Maybe you need someone else on your team to help optimize or make you more mentally fit or a little more resilient or to get through something for a defined period of time. As my business coach, Mark, says, it's not forever necessarily. Pretty much everything's temporary. So maybe for a little while you need a little more support on the team. I learned that from my brother Bill. It was a professional NFL quarterback, and he had a lot of people on his team, everything you can think of. Humble, smart people, bring people on the team when they need them. So maybe that would help you think of it that way instead of that you're weak or something, that you need a little help. Second thing I want to encourage you to do is to be on the lookout. Be aware in your world, in your workplace, at home, personal, for people who might be a little off their game, a little bit down, a little bit maybe struggling or just not themselves. And make two things, a safe space and a time to make that happen, to pull them aside and say, hey, how you doing? You all right? I just noticed maybe I don't know, what's going on? And that way it's just very open-ended and just inviting, and at least you're making a connection and they know you care. But you have to be aware and you have to be present for that to happen, right? And then the third thing I want to encourage you to do is to encourage people. If in default mode, whether if you're doing great and you don't know somebody around you doing that's off their game a little bit, just to encourage people and pour into people. Everybody needs encouragement. I love, by the way, my last newsletter I guess it was December, Nick Biddle's podcast about his daughter E-L-L-E, I believe, writing encouragement cards. Daddy, doesn't everybody need a little encouragement? It's true. It's just one of my favorite stories ever. Check that out on Nick's podcast if you didn't already see that in the newsletter. So again, I just want to be transparent and share my struggles, and that, motivational speaker can be down or be struggling with things, and it's just part of life. Forget any story you have about it that's because you're weak or whatever other crap you might be telling yourself. That's your ego getting in the way, okay? Tell it to settle down, get the help you need, help others, encourage. And I appreciate you sharing this with anyone in your life. And any encouragement you have for me, I could use it all the time. I'm a human. I'm trying my best, and appreciate you, and I got you. Thanks for watching this video.